All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a breaking news about Russell Brand. Let's go ahead and see what he's talking about.
Hello there, you awakening wonders. Obviously, it's been an extraordinary and distressing week, and I thank you very much for your support and for questioning the information that you've been presented with. By now, you're probably aware that the British government have asked big tech platforms to censor our online content, and that some online platforms have complied with that request. What you may not know is that this happens in the context of the Online Safety Bill, which is a piece of UK legislation that grants sweeping surveillance and censorship powers, and it's a law that has already been passed.
So I'm going to actually play the full 3 minutes and 18 seconds of this, guys. It's worth hearing everything he has to say because this is breaking news. He is finally speaking out.
I also don't imagine you've heard of the Trusted News Initiative. Now, as is often the case when a word like trusted is used as part of an acronym to describe an unelected body, trust is the last thing you should be offering. The Trusted News Initiative is a collaboration between big tech and legacy media organizations to target, control, choke, and shut down independent media organizations like this one. We'll be talking about that on our show on Monday on Rumble. But just to give you an idea of what the TNI is, this is a quote from one of their spokespeople. Because the actual real rivalry now is not between the BBC and CNN globally, it's actually between all trusted news providers and digital platforms. It's clear that these organizations collaborate in constructing narratives, whether that's around the war or the pandemic. And of course, there are other examples. And it's very clear to me that we have to be very, very cautious indeed. That's why I'm asking you to follow me on Rumble. Rumble have made a clear commitment to free speech, and Rumble is the primary platform that we will be streaming from. We'll be back this Monday, and as usual, we'll be talking about deep state and corporate collusion and how ordinary democracy is anathema now, how it's shut down, ignored, and avoided. We'll be talking about a military-industrial complex that is able to fight and start wars that seem sometimes to be little more than money laundering operations. And that's with all respect to the hundreds of thousands of victims of the numerous ongoing wars in the world at the moment. We'll be talking about the role of Big Pharma and how Big Pharma have been able to influence government policy around the world and how they've been able to evade due liability and necessary scrutiny, how they've been able to avoid media investigation that perhaps ought be due them. And of course, we'll be talking about media corruption and censorship. So please follow me on Rumble, because that's the only way that we can keep our voice. You can go to rb.rumble.com to support me directly and keep me and our channel independent. And I need your support now more than ever, and more than I ever imagined I would. So follow me, support our channel if you can, if it's within your means. But more important than any of that is that you please, if you can, stay free.
I like how he ends that with the if you can, stay free. All right, so in the end, he asks for support. Now, let's get all the elephants out of the way. I'm sure there are people thinking like, oh, come on, he's rich. Why would I need the support? I totally understand somebody who feels like that. That's why he says, if you can. I do support independent media. The Highwire, I had taken so much information from them when this was a COVID channel. So I was sending money over there because I wanted them to keep doing what they were doing. So I understand why he's saying it like that, because you have to understand he's going against the establishment, the full globalist establishment. Russell Brand is not my hero. Nobody's saying all of that, but we need to, this is the truth now. It's obvious now. I mean, look at what the TNI says, this TNI thing, because actually the real rivalry now is not between, for example, the BBC and CNN globally. It's actually between all trusted news providers and digital platforms. You know what they mean by digital platforms? They mean all the people who are speaking on YouTube, Rumble, TikTok, and whatever. Okay? Be clear. That's what they mean. They don't have any beef with YouTube because YouTube would just take us off. Okay? They're tired of us. We're seeing it. And it's playing out with some very rich people first, because like Russell Brand already has 6 million followers. So they got to take out the big dogs first. Yes, but it's coming for all of us. So we all need to see it for what it is. And I recognize it and I respect it. I don't have time to go through the back and forth discussion of, oh, is this allegation true? Is it not true? The fact is, whether it's true or not, they came for Russell Brand. I mean, whether it's true or not, right? We don't even know. Is the allegation true? Did the thing happen? I don't know if it happened or not. Could we have a trial? Maybe a real investigation? You know, like the one that Megyn Kelly was screaming for. We need an investigation first before you just believe Russell Brand. Well, without an investigation, Russell Brand, it has been already scrutinized. He's lost sponsorships. The government is coming after, literally, it's the government saying to these platforms, take him off. I'm glad to see what he had to say. I'm glad to hear his message. I'm glad you guys came to watch the video. If you did like this video, please hit the like button. Please consider hitting the subscribe button. That's a big help to me. I appreciate everything that you guys do, and I'll keep you guys updated with everything going on with this story of Russell Brand versus the British government. I'll see you guys at the next video. Bye.